people, yeah. I wish I could dance for you right now, but don't worry, another time we'll do the dance. But for now, I am here to say a very big welcome to you. If you're joining us for the very first time, yeah, shout out to you and welcome back to the YouTube channel for those who have been here before. Today, I'm so excited. So today we're having a guest, and our guest today, we are going to be talking about a lot of things, and our topic for today is so interesting. You will love to hear. So take up your cup, your teacup, please sip while you are enjoy. Just as we promised last time that we are going to be bringing in a guest this episode, so our guest is here. And please, I guess I'd like you to introduce yourself to the soup.
Hello people. It's nice being along with you guys. I feel happy. I am Mr. Robert Tambe, and I feel honored to join this program to be able to help talk about the realities and most positive things in life that will help our family and our marriage lives.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Robert. God bless you for coming, for joining us. So guys, we are going to be talking about sexuality, like in marriage. We are going to be talking about how the sexuality is, how it affects different personalities in homes. You know, Sarah, you know, we have different kind of people and the sexual preferences are different. So we you know, from my research with people, from talk with a lot of people, we realize that a lot of people will tell you that there's some certain things I can never do for my husband, no matter who he is, this and that, especially in a Christian settings. So because we are talking about these issues because it has disturbed a lot of homes, that disrupt a lot of things in a lot of marriages, a lot of homes, based on the fact that they are Christian homes. So you know, this thing is something that we don't really get to talk about. Even in churches, they don't discuss about sexual problems, and there are things that at the end of the day, when you now get to the marriage, you realize that it is actually a major issue that has scattered a lot of home, or that will cause a lot of problems for an intending couple in the future. Probably when they get married, that's when they realize that, okay, I have this is the kind of person I am, this is the kind of urge that I have, or the brother that does not. A lot of people don't talk about sexuality before they get into marriage, because they shy away from it, being that probably it is unholy discussion or conversation. Probably they think that it is not right, or to some sort of extent, to actually discuss about sexuality before engaging in marriage. So on my own take, I think that it is appropriate to actually sit and intend, especially intending couples down, to let them know that, okay, these are the diversities in sexuality, these are the things that might possibly or probably be expected, and intending couples should actually talk about it before they enter into marriage, so they can prepare their mind, can have the mindset. So about sexuality in marriage. So what is your take on it?
Well, for me, I think sexual part in the marriage is very important, but it depends on you and your girlfriend or wife or whatsoever, because it's important you discuss it. But it depends too. You know, most of African they grew up following the culture of their parents.
Yeah.
You know, because while growing up, talking about sex was like an abomination to us.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
At a certain point in time, we had that fear not to talk about them, because at a certain level, we are like almost a grown-up man, but you're still afraid to talk about sex.
Yes,
because
true.
this is how we grew up. This is how we realize that life is, to respect our elders who are elder and all whatsoever. We have to live a pure life, but it's also good to talk about it, because one thing about sexual life and marriage that we misunderstand is that we want to copy from another perspective of life, because we have the way we grew up. Like for example, white people, they have their own way they grow up from when they are from their teenage age, they know about sex already and everything, but this is not how we grow up. So these are the difficulties we are facing, because When we travel around, when we go around the world and we try to witness another man's culture or and try to practice another man's culture, that is what affects our relationship. For me, I think sexuality in marriage is very important, but you should be able to talk it with your partner. You understand? Because so many people today, why sexual marriage fails is because so many people today, they take their love lives and their relationship out of their homes. And when you're doing that, you're bringing down your own home without you knowing that you're killing your own home. Because now your wife should be like your best friend. Your wife should be like your partner. Your girlfriend should be like, both of you should be sharing whatsoever problem you have. But as soon as you start taking your problem out of your marital home or out of your relationship, you bring more problems to you. That is where your relationship starts crumbling, because you don't know if the people outside they love this relationship they are seeing. You don't know if the people outside they really love this marriage that they are seeing from their heart. But they just like feeling like, why should she be the one having this kind of fun? Why should she be the one having this kind of wife? So you realize that there is this jealousy going into it. Now somebody will come into you like he or she is advising you why he or she is helping you to spoil your marriage. So for me, I believe the sexual part in a marriage is very important. But how you discuss it matters a lot. Because when you discuss about your sexual relationship with your partner, you realize when you have weakness, both of you and that perspective will try to join your head and see how you can move forward with this situation. But as soon as you start telling your friend that this is the problem I'm having, maybe she will tell you, hey, you can. I know one young guy who is handsome, he stays long in bed. Maybe you can still be with your husband, but this guy is satisfying you. This is where the problem starts. Because now, maybe she is jealous of your marriage. Now taking you outside is part of the plans to destroy your marriage. But I think if you have a problem and you tell your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend that, babe, hon, this is the situation I'm facing. How can we do to solve this situation? With this understanding, you realize your marriage is going without any problem. Without some people will even be looking at you. But what's happened that you're having a perfect marriage is because of that understanding. Because the most important thing in marriage, sex life or whatsoever, it's understanding and how you put your situation in place together for both of you to move forward. Because the best thing in life you want is that you're happy, your partner is happy. So why, if you are happy, your partner is not happy? That's where the problem begins.
Yes, true. So on that note, which is true, but Mr. Robert, I want to ask another question. Please don't be angry. Like when it comes to the matter of marriage, some people tend to be like, some men tend to be like insensitive. You know, it's not like women don't have the same problem. Like women who have higher libido, they tend to, it's hard to satisfy them. Like they tend to have a lot of urge for sex. It's like they have sex, they try to have sex every time and every now and then. Because I've talked to a lot of women, and the next thing they will say that is it food that he wants to kill me. Like he demand for sex almost every day as if it is food. So, and I've read a case of a woman too who had the same problem, but it is not common. It is mostly common about with a man. There was a time, there was this lady. Then it was like she left her husband that she already had a child for, because she feel that the husband was not satisfying her enough. So this kind of issue has been a constant problem in marriages. And so what do you think about it? What is the cause for a man to be having a lot of urges? Is it because they don't put themselves in the women's shoe, like to consider them for, okay, probably we have a timetable, or okay, probably we should have it in a routine. You know, it's kind of possible, like you can have it in a routine that is not every time. Okay, this is the time we want to be doing it in a week, 3 times in a week, 2 times in a week, or anything. So what do you think about it?
For me, what I think is every man has his own urge and every woman has his own urge. You can meet a woman who has the urge of having sex always, and you can also meet a man who has urge of having sex always. But if you want to realize in a relationship, sex matters, but you cannot count just on sex.
Yeah.
What after your sex life? What happened? Is that all you want the woman to give you? Or is that all you want for a man to give you?
Yeah.
Because if you are so urge in sex, why don't you say, okay, I just want just sex and you give me nothing else? That we will understand. So for me, I think you have to understand your partner. You have to understand the person you're living with. Normally, when you are married to a man or to a woman, you have the right to have sex with her anytime you want, at any moment. And same goes to the woman. She has the right to have anytime she wants, at any moment. But it depends now between both of you, how you place things together. You must not like talk about it for you to understand, but you have to know your partner.
Okay.
You know, for me, I believe you have to know your partner and to know when to satisfy he or she. Because if I know my partner now, I realize she is in that mode.
What about those who want every day?
For me, I don't know how I can call that, because it depends. Because some men, it depends also on their jobs. Because some men, their jobs, when they go to work and they come back home, all they think of is sex. Because that is what satisfies them, that is what makes them happy. If like a woman or like a man, you have to understand that there are some men or some women that after their job, when they are stressed from working, they don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but now you have to know which of these your partner is. Is he or she this kind of person that after work he or she will just want sex? So you prepare yourself towards that situation or towards that circumstance. Is your partner the kind of person that you need to at least show some attention for he or she to be able to have sex with you? Those are the things you need to know. That is why they say when you are living a life of a married life, you need to know your partner. Because some people, they are married today, they are not really married.
Yeah.
They're just married because I don't want to get married, because no, I love. Love for me, love doesn't keep a marriage, or love does not keep a relationship.
Of course, true.
Because if you have a good understanding with your man or with your woman, that is what will keep your relationship going, and that is what is going to keep your love life going. But if you sit thinking, no, I just love this guy, I believe everything is going to work, never.
Yeah.
So for me, it depends. The most important thing about the sex part in a marriage, you have to know your partner and what he or she likes. And you have to understand that if no matter how much you love sex, you have to also understand at times. The problem is consideration. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You understand? For me, I believe in a relationship, yes, a man has an upper hand, a woman has to respect her husband. But in a good understanding in a marriage life, it's 50-50. If you're 50-50 good understanding, you realize your marriage will work smoothly. But not that the woman will always understand that this is my husband, I have to give him the respect, I have to satisfy him. But the man also has to understand you have to give a woman that respect. Because if you don't respect a woman the way she wants, she will never respect you the way you want. Because if you give a woman the respect she wants, she will respect you more than like what you even think. So now for me, I just think if you can understand your partner towards he or she, their satisfaction, you will realize it will become very easy. Because there is a moment your partner really wants sex, you just make her to understand, well, babe, I'm in this situation.
Yes.
You realize how he or she, the urge will just go die down naturally, because you are always giving he or she what they want. So but at that moment when you make a little complaint, they will not even think of forcing you or putting you on any pressure. But now, if you go to a sex life that they are always fighting, this one must always fight for he to be able to make love with his husband, or this one must always fight for she to make love for him to make love to his wife. That is where we realize there is always a problem about satisfaction. Because now, if I'm fighting to make love with my wife, it means she will just want to give me because she just want me to have sex.
Yeah.
The connection is not there.
Yes,
But if the
true.
connection flows, you realize even if you have sex just for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
you feel like you had sex for like
Mm-hmm.
2 days or 1 hour or whatsoever. So the,
Yes.
the most important thing is to know how to connect with your partner. If you can be able to connect with your partner towards that situation, you realize it will flow naturally. There is never going to be a day, even if you had sex with your partner just for 1 second, he or she will be automatically happy. For me, that is what I think. Other people have their own ideas, or other people will like, so no, it doesn't work with me this way. But for me, I feel understanding is the most important thing in a relationship and in the love lives.
Yeah, true. Yes, we have heard from Bro Robert, said Mr. Robert, that understanding is the key point to having a long-lasting relationship and a good sexual life. So, and adding to what Bro Robert said, like, you see, when we talk about understanding and having a preconception, see, we have the conception that this sex I'm just giving you anyway. So it's like you already, as a woman, already depriving yourself of the pleasure that will come with it. And if it is the man that's just saying, just for giving you sex so that I won't be tagged as a bad woman or a bad man in quote. So it's just like you already have the negative perception of what you're expecting, what you're going to get. So it means that there's no way you're going to get to satisfaction, which might constantly be causing problem in the marriage. So the first thing that we do is have a positive mindset, bring a positive energy, bring a mind of positivity to the sex, be expectant. And then there is another thing that I want us to actually talk about, which is the fact that some women, everybody have their body language. Like some women, before they get before you can have some kind of sex with them, they want you to before time give them like an heads up, like just a gesture, like my wife, just probably they know, some women just know that okay, the moment my husband start texting me when he's at work and start saying, I love you, this, that, and he comes back home, he comes to the kitchen and start cooking or start doing don't worry, we are going to cook together. I come to the kitchen, you know that okay, yes, he has already prepared your mind that okay, this thing is going to happen, that so it won't be like, it's not coming to you like unprepared. It's not coming to you all of a sudden. You already know that this thing is going to happen because you already giving you the language, the love language that both of you understand. So I think that this can actually also help in terms of, because women, we are wired in some kind of way, like we just like this sex of a thing, especially when women start having children, when we start having kids, we don't just get to be very interested in sex becomes like something we do for, we don't really get the pleasure that we used to get before you had a child. The pleasure reduces. So in that kind of situation, when you don't really feel the pleasure at that, so I believe that the only way to actually bring back to actually give yourself, to allow yourself to enjoy sex or to have a good sexual relationship with your partner is having a positive mindset towards that. Okay, this sex, I'm about to have a good time with my partner, I'm about to enjoy myself with my partner, so that can help to boost the satisfaction level in the sexual life. And then also about the body language. So women, we love to actually have some sense of what we are into, especially when it comes to sex. A lot of women say they don't like sex, not because they don't really like sex, but because the approach at which most of our men, especially our African men, they just see sex as like, it is my right, girl, you have to give it to me, like it is my right. And sometimes she's not feeling the mood, she's not in the mood, but when you set her in motion, like you're already giving her the ideology that okay, you know what, like okay, I'm coming for you tonight or something, like not in a word, not with words, but with actions. You can come home with a strand of flower, she already knows what that means. So like with action, we have our love language. we have our preparation language. Is something that prepare our mind and our body for to receive our men when they come. So I think that this can actually. So what do you think about that? What is your say? What's your take concerning that?
Yeah, what you're saying is true, because when a woman, for example, when a woman starts giving birth to children, her side of sex and other things change on her life, on her mindset, negative.
Yes.
She thinks she's no longer the woman she was.
Yes.
She thinks she's no longer pretty like before. So that is where it comes to men. You understand? Because now, to make a woman, what you're saying is true. Sex is not going to be a priority. But for a man to enjoy his wife and to always have fun with his wife, you have to make your wife to be hungry of sex. Hungry of sex doesn't mean, because when you have to understand, you're having kids now.
Yes.
The priority of your wife now, it's her kids. She wants to make sure her kids are 100% good, her kids are okay in all parts in life. So even if you don't give her sex, she doesn't even care about it. So you have to there are things you have to do with your wife. That you must not do it emotionally or bring. There are things you have to behave with your wife to make her be in the need, like she really wants sex. You understand? Because you don't push her, because when you push a woman, you start giving her that notion of getting bored. So you don't push her. Make her to be the one to want it. Because you realize when you're making a woman to be the one to want something, you realize both of you will always enjoy it.
Yes.
But when it is a perspective of a man who wants, it's always difficult. Because when a woman don't want, no matter how you try to force that woman, it's very, very difficult to get what you want to get from her. So you should have to be able to know your wife. That brings back understanding. You have to be able to know your wife.
Yes.
You have to be able to know things about her. You have to be able to be the one to be able to push her.
Yes.
So that at a certain point when you come home, she'll be the one asking for sex.
Yes.
And when a woman is the one asking for sex, believe me, whether you have sex with her just for 1 minute or 2 minutes or 1 hour, she's satisfied.
Yes.
Because she has that urge. She just won't, at that certain moment when you are married to a woman and you push her to be able to have sex with you, you realize she just wants to satisfy his man.
Yeah.
She will just want to satisfy you. She cares about her at that moment. Because when a woman loves his man, she tries everything possible for her man to be happy, to please that man. So when you are pushing her towards that urge of sex, you understand? You realize even if she will give you just 1 minute, you will be satisfied. And she also will be satisfied. You will never hear a complaint. You will never hear her saying in the morning, babe, I was not satisfied or whatsoever. Because she will be happy when her man, a woman is married, a good wife when she is married, her priority is for her kids and her husband to be happy. When her kids and her husband is happy, she is happy.
Yes.
So that is why it brings back us to the point of we should not inherit another person, another native or another culture. Like, if you see, like before, years back, African marriage were never having divorces. But in our recent time, so many Africans are divorcing. Why? Because we are inheriting culture from a white man. A white man is somebody that they can love you today till their last breath. Tomorrow they get up and tell you they don't love you anymore. That's their way, that's their culture. That's how they brought them up. So we should try to bring back to live the life we were living before, how our parents brought us up. Because our parents, they have 30, 40 years, 50 years of marriage. Not that they didn't have misunderstanding, they didn't have problem with sex and all the like. But you have to be able to understand. If your father or your mom could be in a 30 years, 40 years relationship, why can't you follow that footstep? We know some marriages are difficult, some men are difficult, some women are difficult. But that is why you have to take your time to choose your partner. You have to know who you are going in with. Because with some of us, we just get married today because we want to get married, because this guy is rich, because this woman is rich, because this guy has this quality, because this woman has this quality, because this woman is beautiful, because this guy is body build up. But relationship
Yeah.
is the heart,
Yes.
not the body, not the finances,
Yes.
not whatsoever. Are you happy in where you're going? You can have all the money in the world. You can have everything you want. A man can give you everything but if you are not in love with that man and you are not happy where you are, that relationship, no matter how you try, it will never work. I know so many people who are married. After 15, 20 years of marriage, they are divorced. Because they were in that marriage because they are having kids. They want their kids to grow up. They are never happy. So why are you putting yourself into that situation? That is why you need to know to make a decision. Because they said, till death do us part. You understand? Before they use that statement, till death do us part, this is what you have to be asking yourself. Am I ready? Am I ready to be able to go through this situation? Because marriage is not about just getting married. You are accepting the good and the bad things about this person. You understand? Even though we always try to change, your partner, but you have to accept first her good and her bad side, his bad and his good side. Because if you are able to accept that, then you can change that person. That is when it goes to the sex life and all the rest. Because there are some women, they want to have sex always, but if you are able to know that this is what your woman likes, there are many ways to talk to your woman. Give her what she wants and tell her what you are not happy about, and she will listen easily. Like a woman wants to have sex all the time, try one day to try to satisfy her. Then the day you will try to do her and you realize she's satisfied, go ahead and be, I understand this is your urge. I understand this is what you like. I understand this is how you want it. But you have to understand at times I don't have the strength to give you all these things you're asking me, because you know I also have to work for us to be able to feed, for us to be able to have a better life. If you're taking all this energy from me, how do you expect me to have strength to go out and work? Then at that point your wife will understand, hey, she will not tell you, but she will go back and say, hey, my husband is saying she's right, he's right. Because each time we have this long time sex, it's difficult for him to work, to have good results. But each time you try to keep it average and all, like you realize you give him more strength to do what he's doing. So the problem in this love relationship or sex, it's how you work with your man, it's how you try to explain things with your man, it's how you speak, because it's dialogue. If you don't dialogue, you think about, action is good, but dialogue is also important. Because when you dialogue, you're speaking to someone. It's like when the pastor is preaching. If a pastor does not preach, the listener will never understand. That is why they say, how can we know about God? You have to listen. If you don't hear, you will never understand. So if you don't preach to your partner, if you don't speak to your partner, he or she will never understand in what perspective you're coming from. So for me, that is my own say about it. You understand? That is my own say about it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. You have heard it well. It's been an amazing time, and we really appreciate you coming on the show today.
No, I'm happy. It's for me because it's important. It's important to learn, to be able to inspire people, for them to understand the things in the world today. Marriage is very good. Marriage is the best thing in life. It's one of the best things in life, but it depends.
Yes, it depends on who you're
to
married
who are you married to? Because if you are married to the right person, you will never regret why getting married. But there are so many people today, they are regretting, why am I in this marriage? It's because they didn't take their time. They didn't meet the right persons. You understand? They don't have that understanding of dialogue and how they can move forward. So at this certain point in their lives, they're asking themselves, but what really happened? That I am in this relationship today, but forgetting to know, because what you saw was not what you wanted, or was not what you will get. Because some people say, because everybody in this world today, the first thing you look in a woman, or on a man that will attract you maybe is the outside look.
Yeah.
No matter the man is fat, slim, but there is something that you're seeing from that man, from his outside look, that you like, that attracts you to that this man. And the same thing goes to the men.
Yeah.
You can see a man just love a woman because she has a cuff leg. You can see a man love a woman because she has big boobs. You can see a man love a woman because she has big ass. You can see a man love a woman because she's slim. So there is something that always attracts you to that woman. But not even when these things attract you to the woman, it's the woman having the kind of heart you want that matters. But if you realize that she doesn't have the kind of heart you want, and she cannot possess the wife you want her to be, you don't stay because her outside look is attractive. Because her outside look will cause you a lot of damage in the future.
Yes.
So it's better to prevent what will cause you damage than to put yourself, because no, my wife has this quality everybody speaks about. My husband has this quality everybody speaks about. So no matter what the situation, I would just want to be with this man. But you're killing yourself without even knowing. At that moment, you're killing yourself. After 1, 2, 3 years, you realize this is totally the other side of the person you want.
Yes.
So why should you put yourself in that situation?
Yeah, true.
A woman or a man is like going to school. You study your man. Same thing like you study your husband. Because if when you're going to school, you want to study, you want to learn, you want to pass. So if you study your man, you realize you will get pass at every difficult moment, at every tough time. If you are able to study your woman, if a woman is able to study this man, you realize, when this situation will happen, you will just jump. Nobody will even be like, at times you'll ask questions, are this couple always having problems? But you have problems.
Yeah, but they won't be able
nobody will even know.
Understand yourselves.
And the other things that destroy marriages today is like, when a woman has a problem with his husband, I'm going to tell my mom. The man has problem with his wife, I'm going to tell my mom. What for?
Yeah.
Your parents were not there when you first met this
That's
woman.
why marriage is not meant for children.
That is it. Because your parents were not there the first time you met this woman, this lady. You dated this lady for more than 2-3 years. Your parents were not there. So why you had problems before? You solved those problems between both of you. But why suddenly when you get married, you start taking your problems to your parents? You understand?
Yes.
Your mom can love you so much, your dad can love you, or your mom, whosoever can love you, but he or she does not love your marriage.
Yes.
He or she does not like the person you are with.
And the fact that even if they like the person you are with, or they love your marriage, the fact that nobody wants their kids to be maltreated, so you want to be protective of your own child.
Taken away
so
from
you don't care what happens to the marriage or to the other person.
The other person, you don't even consider.
Yes.
You just think like, but mom, my wife did this to me. I told you before.
Yes.
I told you it was going to be like this. I told you this girl was, because you start receiving negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Because one thing about me is like, I'm a married man. But there is no day I'll have a misunderstanding with my wife. I will take it to my parents or my mom or whatsoever. And the same thing goes to the woman. And I was not the one who had that idea. What made me to start feeling like this? My wife. Because women are always the first people who always take problems outside.
Yeah.
But when I realized we had misunderstanding, that I would never hear it from any person, I started realizing that my wife is teaching me something.
Yes.
From there I started learning. And men too should be able to learn from their wives. Because most men, they think, no, I am the man. It means my wife has to learn everything from me. So that was what I learned from her. Because even when we have misunderstanding, when I don't like something, you will never, even her best friend, you will never hear it from her. There is no day somebody will call me, my wife has complained that you did this, you did that. No. No. So when I realized that, I said, but if my wife can't behave like this, why should I even think of having a problem with her? I I take it outside. No.
Yeah.
I will try to speak with her. We'll
Yeah,
try to
because
see
you are
how
two grown people, two adults that comes together.
together.
Yeah.
So we decide, we make this decision that we want to get married to each other, not our parents.
Of course.
So I believe these are the situation to keep a relationship and to be able to enjoy your sex relationship with your husband and your sex life. Never try to take whatsoever problem you have with your man, even to your best friend. There are problems you can take to your best friends or to your friends, but there are problems you have to know that this problem they don't have to go out of your house.
Yeah.
Because, for example, my wife can have a public problem. I'll try to ask one or two persons, like, what do you think about the situation my wife is having this problem? How do you think I can solve this problem? Then you advise me. This is a public problem, but I cannot take a problem that concerns me and my wife,
to outsiders,
whosoever the person is. So this is what I am trying to advise so many people today, or so many youths, so many people who have the agility that they want to go into marriage or who are thinking of getting married. They should be able to understand their partners and try to solve their problem just within both of them.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Robert. So we'd like to ask you, how many years have you been married?
2 years.
You see, for the audience to be able to see, to know that, okay, you see, this is coming from experience, someone who has gone through it, who is in it, so who knows, they know best what to say or how to, encourage us out there. So in case you are just joining us, you are very welcome to the YouTube channel. So we are talking about sexuality in marriage and the different form of sexuality and how different people perceive sexuality in marriage. You can tune into the YouTube channel, and God bless you in the name of Jesus. We hope that you've been blessed today. We are going to have, subsequently, we are going to discuss topics on marriage, on sexuality in marriage and before marriage, especially for intending couples. So we are going to talk about it some more, especially in terms of no, this kind of thing I cannot do it, or I cannot do this kind. We are going to go raw. So we are going to actually let us know a little bit of all the things that are inculcated in marriage. Sometimes your partner might want a particular sex position or a particular kind of foreplay that you as a person, you think that in your only sense or in your only personality you cannot do it, or it is too dirty for you to engage in. And let me just say this, for those who are watching us, that there is no limitation to how far you can go when it comes to your marital life. When it comes to sexuality in your marriage, there is no limit to how far you can go. There is no limit to what you can do in terms of sexuality in your marriage, as long as it brings happiness to the home, as long as it brings, there is nothing like it is ungodly. Believe me, there is not, as long as it's between you and your couple, not that you are bringing external this, you are, so as long as it's between both of you, you can explore it to the latter. So tune in, and we are going to get back to you on that, and very soon subsequently we are going to be discussing about that, and we're going to go a little bit deeper, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Mr. Rob, for coming online.
Thank you too for giving me.
We really appreciate you. God bless you so much, and I hope you all have been blessed. So if you have been blessed, I want you to share the channel with others. Let others to get blessed through you. May the Lord bless you in the name of Jesus as we proceed into the journey of marriage. Or if you are having anything that is bothering you, or you have any question, please you can comment in the comment section. And if you don't want to comment in the comment section, please, our email address is there. You can write to us directly on our email. It will be shown on the screen for you to see. And please subscribe and like. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Peace out.
Amen.
Hello people, it's me again, Dami. So I hope that you have liked, subscribed, and share the content in our YouTube channel. We are here for you, and we just want you to know that we are always available. If you are out there and you have anything that is bothering your mind and that you cannot put in the comment section, you want us to talk about it, and you want me to pray with you, or you want our team to talk about your story on our episodes, please, you can contact us on our email. It is right there on your screen. Please just ensure that you put your description, please. It is okay if you want to be anonymous. Yes, we understand. So if you want any advice, or you're going through any pressing issue, even as a youth, and you're going through issues that you want us to actually pray about or advise you on what to do, please feel free to contact us on our Gmail. It's right there on the screen for you to see. And please, if you are married and you're going through issues in your home, and you think that you need someone to talk to, please always remember, you can always talk to Dami. You can give us a message. Even the Instagram page is also there. You can write me. Yeah, I'm going to answer all of your questions by the grace of God, through the help of the Holy Spirit, and God will help us in the name of Jesus. Your home will not be broken in the name of Jesus. A strange woman will not take your husband away in the name of Jesus. I love you. Peace out.